When ASEAN Plus 3 institutions were launched, it was following, first of all, the IMF crisis of 1997. So to an extent, these institutions were first thought of as being in contradiction to the liberal world order, being in contradiction to the IMF, or in opposition to the IMF. Based on our fieldwork, the challenge is not there yet. There is more cooperation than competition. So what we found out is that cooperation, there are mainly three factors, at least in East Asia, that are driving cooperation. The first one is that these regional institutions have been very recently created, so they don't have the knowledge that institutions built over time. Secondly, within East Asia, as you all know, there is mistrust between the different governments. Are the loans, the disbursements going to be returned or not? And finally, the third factor leading to this cooperation is the interest of the global institutions.
Firstly, what are the health issues in Asia and what are the drivers behind them? 70 to 80% of global deaths are actually caused by chronic diseases. And we're talking about heart disease, stroke, diabetes, cancer, respiratory diseases. So why is this happening? Firstly, movement of people. Another driver, urbanization. What sort of policy instruments are available to deal with them? One, to deal with epidemics of infectious disease, so-called international health regulations. The second, to deal with tobacco, that is the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. Why is good governance needed to mitigate or solve some of these issues? Firstly, in relation to infectious diseases, there are clearly trans-border risks. Asia is highly interconnected through air, sea and land links with huge movement of people and trade goods including animals. So in other words, a country's preparedness can thus have very significant effect on safety, human security in other neighboring countries. So that's why you need good governance. Secondly, tobacco companies, including state-owned ones, have a major presence in Asia and are actively undermining the goals of that convention through clever advertising and litigation.
That seems to be the kind of core issue for the big nuclear weapon states. Has a real conflicted view of supporting disarmament because it has a very good relationship with developing countries and non-nuclear weapon states that do pursue disarmament quite vigorously, and China tries to sort of show more support for that norm than other nuclear weapon states. Actually, you see that playing out, for instance, in recent debates in the UN around a ban on nuclear weapons, for instance. On the other hand, I've noticed a somewhat disturbing change under Xi Jinping is most nuclear weapon states try to promote with pride their nuclear past. China never really did that, but under Xi Jinping, he is doing massive amounts of that.